Hello, my name is Todd Huffler from Drop the Spotlight. I'm here with Maia Brewton here at Nerdcon, and she's been in such things as Adventures in Babysitting, Back to the Future, and Parker Lewis Can't Lose. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you enjoying Nerdcon?
I'm having an amazing, amazing time at Nerdcon. I just got to walk through this incredible vendor area. I saw a cosplay parade that was unparalleled. We got to do a panel where fans got to ask questions. What I really like about this one is that it's a good mix, I think, of some of the more nostalgia people. That's me. I tap into that, and then a lot of the anime and the cartoon voice actors, which are amazing. So it's a really good mix out here.
Awesome. And how was your experience in Parker Lewis Can't Lose, especially with your co-star over here? I'm sure Korn was just absolutely horrible to work with.
Oh, that guy. Jeez. He's right there. He's right there. Parker Lewis Can't Lose was an incredible show to work on because it was really a lot of people with huge imaginations and a lot of elbow grease trying to figure out how to make the show that we all wanted to make, which was this kind of zany, cartoony, off-the-wall show. And so in order to get the weird camera angles and twists and turns, they were inventing camera pieces kind of on the fly, camera pieces that are still being used today. All of the special effects were practical, which was amazing. We had this crazy special effects guy whose name was Fred, and he had just done all of this. I mean, the man's brain worked in a crazy chemical way, and he had like 3 fingers, which is not really what you want to see in your special effects guy, but he would do these, we'd read the scripts, and you'd be like, I don't think Fred can pull that. Like, Fred can pull off some incredible things, but I don't know that he can pull that off. And sure enough, he'd figure out how to make like a glass window, like bubble out and then like crack and then like fall one piece at a time. I don't know how he did it, but it worked always, and it was amazing.
And what was your favorite memory from the series?
I think it was just every episode was some new weird thing to explore and play with. I got pies in the face. I got Jello dumped on me. At one point, I opened my locker door and this like wall of foam came out at me. That was really fun. Always wondering what was in Kubiak's lunch sack because there was always weird stuff in there. What Jerry was going to pull out of his coat. I got to go through like a goth phase. I got to try to be a popular girl. I mean, it was... And always like at the expense of that guy. So...
Oh yeah, I'm sure he was probably a little bit of the jokester on the set as well.
Everybody was. It was a good time.
That was great. Now, the Adventures in Babysitting. I know that was like one really big movie. I know it was my sister's favorite. And of course, I do remember that your character is a really big fan of Thor.
Yes.
How did that come about?
So, back in 1987, I'm sure you remember it well, Thor was not really on anybody's radar. And so when David Simpkins wrote the script, they were playing around with different superhero characters for Sarah to kind of, idolize. But every time, it was just this little movie we were making, right? So Spider-Man was pretty pricey, Superman was pretty pricey, and Marvel finally came back and was like, look, bargain basement, you can have Thor. Not knowing, nobody could have predicted what kind of, how that whole universe would explode in the way that it did, and Thor especially. And so I had never heard of Thor. They sent me a lot of Thor comic books to read, and to kind of get my bearings. But, Vincent D'Onofrio and I were sort of the first images of Thor on the big screen.
Yeah. I mean, believe it or not, Marvel fans, she may be the thing for all the Thor movies and Thor being popular.
When everybody was like, first female Thor, and I was like, But Marvel hasn't called me, which is weird.
Oh, come on, Marvel. Let's get on the ball here. You need to call her for a Thor movie. Just to appear as her character from Adventures in Babysitting. I mean, come on. And you've also had the pleasure of working with Michael J. Fox on Back to the Future. And how was that experience on Back to the Future like?
It was amazing. So, as a lot of the deep fans know, originally the role of Marty McFly was played by Eric Stoltz. So I got to film this both with Eric Stoltz and with Michael J. Fox. And it was, I mean, look, I was like 6, but it was, you could tell, like, it felt big. Like, it felt like there was a lot going on and everybody was really invested, and there was a lot of, like, thought going into every single detail in that movie.
And I know Michael J. Fox had like the absolutely craziest schedule filming that movie, because he was doing a Family Ties movie, he was doing Teen Wolf at the same time, and he was like all over the place, which was incredible. What's been your favorite memory with Michael J. Fox?
You know, I mean, I didn't interact with him a ton. I do have an interesting connection with him now, and a relative of mine works with him, essentially, and sent me a video of him watching Back to the Future with his mom. And it was just like, it was a really sweet sort of moment. Obviously, it wasn't like between the two of us, but just to like, even know for him that that's a movie that holds such a special place. And he's just an incredible guy, so.
Awesome. Now, did you audition for any kind of a role that you didn't get that you wish you have gotten?
I did audition for a TV series in I think it was probably the mid-90s, called My So-Called Life.
Oh, yeah.
That Claire Danes starred in and started. That I remember being actively sort of bummed about. Yeah. But, you know, I had so many opportunities to work with amazing people and do these incredible roles, and just sort of globetrot around doing weird, funny things. So there's nothing that I feel like, oh, I missed out on that, or I wish I could have experienced that, because I got to experience so much.
So now, do you have any upcoming projects by chance that you're going to be in?
I a while ago kind of left acting behind, so I don't have anything currently on the horizon, but, you know, hey, you never know.
You never know. Maybe Marvel will call you and have you be in like a future Thor movie. Come on. Well, thank you, Maia Brewton. And this is Todd Huffler with Drop the Spotlight, and we'll see you at the cons.